Hello, so I am super excited for this little thing. It's probably gonna be like, what? Why are you so excited for? But I don't know. Let me explain. This is something that is gonna be used for content creation, of course. This is a USB-C flash drive. Now, why am I so hyped about this? Well, I think it's gonna be a whole lot more convenient for me to be able to use this in comparison to an SSD. So I do have SSDs, of course. I am a content creator after all. I got 2TB T7 from Samsung, as well as a SanDisk one right here, 4TB. So you know that I got some storage. But why is this super helpful? Well, I have USB-C devices like my iPhone, my iPad, my MacBook that have like file storage on them. Specifically, when I want to organize my files on, let's say, my iPhone or my iPad, I don't want to necessarily have an SSD where I have a cable. So a flash drive is going to be smaller, more portable, no cable, but I guess the downside is that the read and write speeds are smaller. It's up to 400 megabytes MBS. I don't know if it's megabytes or megabits per second read. So yeah, this thing's pretty cool though. It's tiny, it's metal. Let me grab a knife. And this thing got delayed, so I was waiting for it to be delivered yesterday, but it was like, oh, your package is arriving late. So I was like, oh man, I hope it comes before the trip, because I leave tomorrow for a month. I'm gonna be out of the country for the entirety of February, pretty much. Don't want to cut myself before the, oh, there's an open tab. Whatever. Okay, any day now. I don't want to injure myself for the trip. Ooh, this thing's nice. So it is just your standard old USB-C port flash drive. Oh, there's a USB-A. What in the world? I thought you would be able to close it, but I guess not. There's a USB-A, which actually makes it a whole lot more convenient. But I think I'm gonna keep it at the USB-C just because it's... So I don't know if there's any sort of water resistance or anything to it, but I don't think I'm going to be abusing this anyways. I will probably hook it up to maybe a wrist strap or maybe at least a keyring, because this thing, another downside to this is that it's so tiny that it's probably gonna get lost before it breaks. But I love the weight of this just because of how small it is, and it is like a metal construction. Give me a sec. Moment of truth. I mean, this case is slim, so of course it's gonna work, but yeah. Let's go. Let me see my files. If it reads, there it is, no name. I will rename the flash drive. But this is gonna be great for when I travel. So I have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and my iPhone for when I want to shoot footage a little bit more subtly if I'm not using my mirrorless camera. And this will allow me to just have everything in one place. For example, if I want to edit on my iPad, I can do that if I have everything on here. And then if I want to bring it to my MacBook, I can do that because I'll have the footage here, and then I could export the file, open it up on my MacBook, and then it's like nothing ever happened. And this allows me to have extra storage on my iPhone as well, so I can import the footage instead of having to airdrop it, because there might be times where I won't have any sort of signal or internet connection, and the best way to do that besides, wirelessly airdropping your files is to use this. And sometimes I don't want to carry this with me, right? So if I have a super duper light setup, I will be okay with the slower times or the slower speeds, trading off like convenience, because like that, bro. Okay, the one thing that I'm sort of worried about is just losing it now. But yeah, I love this thing. Worth it investment. I think it's super slept on in terms of like the content creation world. They have a terabyte version, but bro, I think 512 is gonna be good because I don't think that I'm gonna be using it for like super long-term storage. It's just gonna be transferring from one thing to another over the course of like a day or two. If it gets any bigger than that or longer than that, I will have my MacBook, I will have my SSDs, so no problems there. But if I feel like I need a larger version of this thing, I best believe I am gonna invest in it. So that is pretty much it. I will leave a link to this in the description. I have officially run out of thoughts. I guess I will use this end of the video to do some sort of like documentation entry or something. It is the 27th of January, which means I have been uploading for almost 4 weeks straight now. Crazy. And to be honest, I've talked about this in a video previously of me like trying to see what happens when I do go on a trip and how I will be consistent. To be honest, we'll see how it goes. That's why I got this, so that I can relieve some of that friction in creating content, if you will. I know we'll work it out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening. Link in the description. Check out Creator Crew. Peace.